Okay. Good. All right, let's rock and roll, man. I appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you so much for being patient. My name is Brian Bean, creator of PAIS, which, as you know by now, in case you don't, stands for People, Activity, and Yourself. Now, why is that important? Well, those are the three things that I mastered when I was only 22 years old. They helped me retire and fire my boss at a very, very early age. Now, here's the thing. This is important that everyone understands this. I'm not trying to brag and boast about early retirement. What I am saying to you guys is that if you implement some of the things as networkers tonight that I learned at a very, very early age that made me immensely successful, I'm going to shave years and years off of your network marketing career. Okay. By no means am I guaranteeing any results. By no means am I saying that it will not be a struggle. By no means am I saying that hitting the top of a network marketing company is going to be easy. By no means am I saying that you're not going to have to put in any work. What I am telling you guys is you by no means need to quit on something that so many people before you and so many people after you are earning 6 and 7 figures doing. Okay, let me say that again. Oh, I got a bad echo. Hold on. I got a bad echo. I know why. Hold on. Okay, let me know if my sound is better. If it's better in the chat room, type better for me. It should be better now. Better. Hopefully you do not have an echo. All right, type better. Is it better? Okay, good. All right, so by no means am I saying that your journey to the top is going to be easy. What I want everybody to understand when it comes to network marketing is that there are a few things that are always going to want or aid in your quitting. And people in your organization, including you, will have a desire at some point to quit your business. Here's why, and I want everybody to understand this. By nature, anytime you are attempting to hit the top of something, there's going to be a struggle. Okay, it's called gravity. Anytime you're trying to reach the top of anything, there's going to be a struggle. Climbing the top of a corporate American ladder is not easy. Climbing the top of or getting your education or getting your degree is not easy. Going from, a low-level position in the military all the way up to, the top Navy SEAL or whatever you aspire to be is not easy. Depending on what branch you're in, none of those things are easy. So by default, owning a business is not easy. That's why the government and colleges and high schools and churches and everything all across America, when you're born, they slate you automatically to becoming an employee because they already know that most people will not survive as business owners. If you understand first and foremost up front that climbing the top of anything means that gravity is involved. Anytime you try to do something great, there's something that's going to try to pull you down. But I want everybody to write this down in your notes. Planes can't fly without gravity. You have to have gravity or you will just fly off into the atmosphere. The key in network marketing is to be able to ride that balance between your excitement, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and the negative forces that try to pull you from those exact same goals and dreams and aspirations. Let me say this to you guys again. Planes cannot fly without gravity. Climbing the top of anything is difficult. So who told you that there was a golden road for you to get thousands of people to see your vision and get wrapped up into a compensation plan when half the people you know have been programmed for years and years and years to just get a job? So it's not network marketing. Let me make sure this is clear before I get into some of these reasons that most networkers don't make it. It's not network marketing, believe it or not, that's difficult. Entrepreneurship is difficult. Building anything worth owning equity in is difficult. But I got this from Dame Dash. You build your business for your last name. You don't build it for your first name anyway. So what you have to ask yourself is, what are you willing to give up on as far as your children's future and your grandchildren's future and their last name, what is it going to take for you to stop living out your dreams, for you to stop living out their dreams with a simple decision that you decided to do now? What is it going to take? See, the reality is a lot of you guys are building your network marketing business and you're doing it to pay some extra bills. And believe it or not, you're going to find this out about me. I'm very honest, and I'm going to probably tell you some things that most uplines and most people that have earned 7 figures like myself, my business partners, 6 and 7 figures time and time again. A lot of people are not going to say some of the things I'm going to say to you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. Most network marketers don't make it because they don't even know they're in business. That's the first thing. Most network marketers don't make it because most business owners don't make it. That's the second thing. But I'm going to show you tonight why it's important that you don't allow your paying your bills to be the reason you join the business. Believe it or not, you can't even allow, after a while, money to be the reason you join the business. You can't even allow your product or service that you're excited about to be the reason you join the business. Now, we're talking about at a mature level. I'm not talking about early on. Trust me, when I was out building network marketing companies and growing huge organizations, money was the reason I joined the business. You better believe it. I promise you, money was the reason I joined the business. Paying bills was, in fact, the reason I joined the business. You better believe it. But what I'm saying to you guys is after a while, you'll reach a level where it's got to be more than just paying the bills and money. Because if you're doing it to pay the bills and just make some money, you're building your business for your first name, and that will make you quit because there are easier things out there to do. In other words, guys, most network marketers don't get the right training, so they don't make a lot of money. And when they don't make a lot of money, they start looking at other things that are bringing them money a lot faster. But when you have that mentality, you went back automatically to building your business for your first name and not your last name. You have to build your business for your last name. Even if you don't have children. A lot of you guys watching me right now, listening to me right now are really young. You don't have to have children right now to understand what it is that I'm saying. How many people in your family with you are going to struggle financially? The answer for me was my upline, which was my parents, right? We're going to use network marketing terms tonight. My upline, which is my parents, and my downline, which is my child. No one was going to struggle anymore if I had anything to do with it. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to ride my coattail and if I'm rich, everybody else going to be rich. Those days of thinking are over. But what I will tell you is that my last name came before my first name when I got serious about the business. See, let me say this to you and I'll get into my notes. A lot of you guys will say this in your presentations and in your trainings. If I can do it, everybody can do it. And I used to say that too. You know what I mean? If I can do it, everybody can do it. Trust me, if I can do it, I'm a firm believer anybody in this room can do it. But I was saying that when I was making like $3,000, $5,000 a month, right? You're making $36,000 to $60,000 a year. You're right there with most people who have a job and you believe that anybody can in fact do it. When I started making $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 a month, I would say anybody can do it, but I would not say it with the same passion as the $5,000 a month guy would. When I started making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, which is an annual salary, but I was making it in 30-day increments as a networker, I stopped saying anybody can do it altogether. You never heard me say anybody can do it again, because here's the reality. Everybody can't make that money. Everybody can't. It has nothing to do with your skill set. Nothing. It has everything to do with your mindset. Because a lot of you guys aren't going to give the business enough time to even grow for you to see the results of the person you're becoming. Let me say that again. A lot give the business enough time to see the results of the person you are becoming. That's why, let me break this down for you real quick. In my Page program, there are 4 different models. Page Rewind, those are audios. Page On Demand, those are a series of keynote addresses and videos. Pays Live is my free event. A lot of you guys can come free. After tonight, you'll see how you get free tickets to my event. It's August 12th through 14th. So we got about 30 days, and I'm going to show up and show out August 12th through 14th in Atlanta, Georgia. You can get 2 free tickets tonight. I'm going to show you how. And Pays Encore is a monthly continuity program. Well, why is it that I dedicated this week and next week to network marketers? Because the person that you're becoming is more important than the person that you are now. But most of you guys aren't even going to give the business long enough to see that person manifest. So I got to give you more than the average person, because you're going to go through more than the average person. You see? In other words, I got to give networkers, let me say that again. You have to give networking more than the average person, because you're going to go through more than the average person. So I want to start off by hitting you right between the eyes with one of the reasons networkers quit. I think I got 3 tonight I'm going to go over with you of the 10. Okay, I'm going to give you 3. Again, I'm brash, I'm bold, but I'm honest. Okay. One of the reasons networkers quit is because you're a millionaire in the making with a welfare mentality. That's rough, right? Man, Brian, what you mean? And exactly what I said. You're a millionaire in the making, but you have a welfare mentality. See, you can't be a millionaire in the making with a welfare mentality. A lot of you guys have used this phrase before, and you know people that do it. You know somebody that has what they call taste and beer money? Anybody know somebody like that? Right. If I was in front of the room, I say, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Anybody know anybody that has champagne taste and beer money? Well, believe it or not, 90%, I really say 99% of all network marketers, they have champagne taste and beer money. I've never seen a demographic. Now, the reason I can beat up on networkers is because I was one. Network marketing is what started my speaking and training career. Network marketing is why I get hired today by corporations to train their employees and their VPs and whatever, sales forces, associates, IBOs. So I can talk about it when I've been one. You're not listening to a guy that's about to bash you for a minute. And I'm going to pick you back up, but I'm going to bash you for a minute. Here's why. I've never seen a group of people who swear they want to be wealthy, but don't invest anything in their business further than the startup costs. I've never seen a group of people who want to be wealthy, but don't put enough cash aside, enough contingency, enough invest in their business enough for the conventions, for the intensives, for the academies, for the blueprints, for the retreats, for the conferences. I've never seen a group of people want more and give less. Now, the question becomes, is that how you think right now? One of the reasons most networkers quit is because their millionaire mentality or their millionaire desire and their welfare mentality is too hard to separate. In other words, most networkers will never know the difference between expenses and investments. They don't view tools, DVDs, webinars, conventions, conferences, blueprints, retreats, intensives, academies, Pays Live, for example. I'm doing a whole day dedicated to networkers. Pays Live, August 12th through 14th. Sunday is dedicated all to networkers. Friday is dedicated all to economic empowerment. Saturday is dedicated all to personal growth and self-development and speaking and people who want to be speakers and trainers. Sunday is dedicated all to network marketers. You know what group gives me the hardest time? Network marketers. And you know what's funny about this event? It's free. That means most networkers don't know they're in business because they have not decided yet to learn the difference between investments and expenses. Listen, an investment is anything that takes money out of your pocket and brings you absolutely nothing back, right? That's takes money out of your pocket and brings you way more back than you spent in return. How in the world will most network marketers ever make it if all they ever do is get the commission checks and put them right back into the very things that got them in trouble in the first place? Look, check it out. I'm not even talking about balling out with cars and having a good time. I'm saying, why is it that the first $5,000, and I'm going low here, why is it that the first $5,000 you make in network marketing, why doesn't it go right back into buying the products and services that you market? Look, let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna give you an aha moment. Everybody out there listening to me that has a company that has a product, right? Weight loss, credit restoration, detox, whatever. If you have a product, health and wellness, right? Juice, spray, you name it. Let me ask you a question. If you make $500 in a bonus check, why are you paying your cell phone bill with the $500? If you make $1,000 in a bonus check, or if your residual is $1,000, why are you paying the bills from the house with the bills generated from your business when you just started your business? And if you made $1,000 in business, you need to do everything you can to flip that 1,000 into 5,000. So after a while, you can pay the whole house off if you wanted to. You know why networkers don't do that? Because they haven't learned yet that they're in business. See, they know they're in business, but they have not decided to treat it like a business. Networkers scream entrepreneurship and know better, but they don't practice anything that true entrepreneurs practice. Let me give you an example. Networkers, listen to me. I'm the only one that can beat you up and love you at the same time, but I want you to listen to me. If you own a McDonald's, wouldn't you make sure you had some contingency or some capital or an emergency fund or something set aside strictly for the business? Wait, I got off my point. I'm gonna tie that in with this. So all you guys that are, all the product companies that are listening, what if your organization made $500 each and took 150 of it every month and bought some more product? Would your residual check skyrocket if that duplicated to the next 1,000? Every 500 I make, I take 150 and put it back into the products. Every 1,000 I make, I take 300 and put it back into the products. Would you hit the top of your compensation plan a lot faster and maximize more bonuses if your group really understood that they're in business? Would your auto ship really feel like an expense if every time you paid the 150 or the 79 or the 280, if every time you paid it, you knew it was bringing you back 2,000, 4,000, 10,000, because everybody in your group was taking 15 to 20% of the commissions and buying more product to get more testimonies, to put more cash in their pockets, to buy more product, to get more testimonies, to put more cash in their pocket, to buy more product, to put more cash in their pocket, to go to more conventions, more cash in their pocket, to go to more retreats, expand their vision, which will put more cash in their pocket, which will allow them to buy more product, which will allow your residual check to grow, which will allow more storage to expand. But you know what networkers do? Every dollar they make goes right back into my cell phone, my mortgage, my car note, my clothes, things that have absolutely nothing to do with your business. Look, check it out. You already had a cell phone before you got involved in the business. You already had bills before you got involved in the business. Why are you using your business income on personal items? If you're in the chat room, type it's a business. It's a business. If you had a McDonald's, you would make sure you had some contingency set aside for extra burgers, for fries, for wages and salaries. You would make sure you had extra revenue set aside for legal fees. You would, if you had a McDonald's, a dry cleaner, a daycare, a nail salon, and you had a brick and mortar traditional business, it would scare you to death for your business to shut down. Because see, here's the real deal. That is a public failure. See, a brick and mortar business that was open yesterday and closed tomorrow, you failed publicly. A lot of you guys are failing in network marketing privately because you don't treat it with the same shame that you would have if you failed publicly. See, if you just disappear and stop selling the credit and stop selling the weight loss and stop selling the wellness and stop selling any product or service you have, guess what? Most people wouldn't even notice because you don't have a storefront and it's a home-based business. So you can fail miserably and just fade into oblivion and we wouldn't even know it. See, the reason I generated 7 figures in network marketing is because I treated it like if I failed, my doors were closing. My building would foreclose. There would be a big X in the spot that I used to own. Failure was not an option because Brian treated his business like a business. If I made $100, 15 went into the next jar for the convention. 15 went into the product jar to flip it. Look, I told a group this the other day. Even dope boys know that. I'm just gonna be real. Even dope boys know that for every 100,000, 10,000, $100,000 you make, a certain amount has to go back in for consignment. Even dope boys know that. So you got a legal business with legal products and legal services, and you don't have the mentality of a street person. That's why most people don't make it in network marketing. You know why? They don't even know they're in business. They don't even know you're not even supposed to touch the commissions you make and put them on personal expenses when they should be feeding the business that got you the commission check in the first place. Think about what I'm saying, guys. If you make $1,000, all you have to do is scale what you did to make the $1,000, and the 1,000 will be 10,000. Why would you start spending the money that you make in your network marketing business on personal expenses that you had before you joined the business? That don't make business sense. That's why most networkers don't make it. They have a mentality that's a welfare mentality, but they swear they will be millionaires. That's an oxymoron and a contradiction. It's not going to happen. I'm just being honest with you. It's not going to happen. And if people keep giving you the kumbaya approach and you just hang in there and talk to enough people, yeah, all that's true. But nobody ever tells you you're not even acting like a business owner yet. So no wonder you got an X on your doors. It's just that nobody even knows it. We call it you quit. Let me tell you guys something. Nobody. I know some of the baddest networkers. I'm telling you, I was a bad boy when I was building. I know some bad networkers. Look, nobody is above quitting. Nobody. I don't care how bad you think you are in this business. You know why? Because there's something in your life called circumstances. And circumstances make you weigh out options. And when you weigh out options and you still on your job and you still have a business, one of them has to go, unfortunately, in your mind, when circumstances hit. And the one that usually leaves is your business. Why? Because you didn't know you was in one. That's why. See, on your job, you have a guaranteed paycheck. On a job, you have a guaranteed paycheck. The question is not if you're going to get it. The question on a job is how long are you going to get it? A business doesn't have a guaranteed paycheck. So what you do, you cut the one that has unlimited potential when times get tough, but you work harder on the one that has zero, you have maxed out and has zero more potential because it has a temporary paycheck. That's because your mentality is one of welfare. Give me something, even though I'm doing very little, but I want to be wealthy. It's not going to happen. So for all you guys that are in product-based companies, let me ask you a question. Why in the world aren't you teaching your organization from this point forward that at least 15% of your commission check goes back into the purchase of products and services? Your residual check could grow by a factor of 3 to 5 over the next 90 days, just from scaling the existing group that you have. Brian, I don't have a group yet. Well, act as if. I'm glad y'all in the webinar can't see me. Periscope and Facebook know I'm mean mugging y'all. All right. Write that in the chat room. Act as if. See, what made me successful in network marketing is no matter what, I had to act as if I already had 10,000 people in my group. I acted as if I already was a multimillionaire. What would a multimillionaire do? Oh, a multimillionaire would take at least 15 to 20% of his income and make sure he puts it right back into the business. That way conventions aren't surprises. That way tools aren't surprises. That way seminars aren't surprises. You know, I got plenty of products and services on hand at all time. I'm putting cash in my pocket. I'm teaching my team how to do the same because I'm acting as if I'm in business. I'm not bringing an employee mentality to a business model. Let me keep going. All right. Y'all can mess around and miss August 12th through 14th if you want to. But all I'm telling you is I'm covering a lot of information over those 3 days that will help you in just about every area of your life. And you can get 2 tickets tonight for free. Bring your business partner, bring your significant other, bring whatever. But I'm telling you, man, I don't take lightly individuals who invest in themselves. I'll talk about that later. Reason number 2. Here's the second reason most networkers don't make it. And they're 10. Wait, before I give you number 2, let me give you this picture real quick. If you're on Facebook Live and Periscope, I'm telling you, you're missing the slides. You got to see this picture. www.pagewebinar.com is the site. Look, the reason quitting wasn't an option for me, I was 22, 19 years ago when I retired. The reason quitting was not an option for me, let me tell you why. Because I knew what my alternative was. See, Robert Kiyosaki said, look, you don't have but 4 ways to produce income in this country: employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. I'm not going over Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrants tonight because you need to know that already by now if you understand anything about business. Get this book. It's a game changer. It's old, but still relevant. I'm telling you, it'll never get old because the system works the same way. But here's what I want to say to all you guys that are networkers. You already have a job 9 times out of 10, and you know that less than 5% of the people on the job create wealth. So it's already an uphill battle if you have a job. If you're self-employed, you own the job. So it's really no different. You are responsible for your own income. So if you get sick, your income stops. If something happens to you, your family suffers. God forbid something tragic happens to you, your family really suffers, because all it is a job that you control your own hours, even though the hours end up controlling you. You don't own a system. You are a system if you're self-employed. 5% of the people get wealthy as an employee and self-employed person. Now, here's something I understood. 95% of the wealth is created with business owners and investors. But Brian was broke. So Brian didn't have enough money for a franchise, dry cleaner, daycare, barbershop. Brian didn't have enough money for a Dunkin' Donuts. Brian didn't have enough money to buy a lawnmower, cut grass, to cut hair, or to go to school to get a barber's license. I had no money. So what I did have was my time. And what I knew was you can't be broke and busy. That I did know. So I said, okay, if I can't start a traditional corporation, I didn't have the skill set at the time. If I don't have enough money for a franchise, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, and all these different things, what I can do is come up with these little network marketing fees and learn how to do that. Like I learned how to get my English degree at Morehouse. The least I can do is put the same amount of education that I put in my degree in my business. That's the least I can do. In other words, y'all, when you talk about a business, which immediately puts you where you own a system and not you are the system, immediately you fall on the side that's creating the wealth. Now you got to pick the one that fits you. A corporation was out the question as far as me starting one. A franchise was out the question. But isn't it amazing that we look at $400, $200, $900, $1,000 as a lot of money, and you swear you want to be a millionaire, and you sit around here talking to people who don't even realize that $1,000 is a penny when it comes to a business? You sitting here talking to people where you have to even explain why there's a monthly fee, and they have a millionaire mentality with champagne taste. I'm sorry, beer taste. Think about what I'm saying. It's sad that you even have to explain to people that there's a monthly fee associated with your business. Why? Because they have not successfully transitioned out of a welfare give me mentality. Give me a paycheck and I only want to work, even though the results from that suck for most people. They still bring that welfare mentality to your presentation. Now, here's the sad thing. So do you. So do you. When is somebody going to put someone under me? That's welfare. Why did somebody build on my inside leg? Why is my outside leg? Why is my A leg bigger than my B leg? That's welfare. That's welfare. I can't afford to go to the convention. I can't afford to go to the conference. I can't afford personal growth and self-development. Oh, what you're saying is you can't afford to invest in your future. That's welfare. That's a welfare mentality. That's welfare. So all I'm saying is nothing wrong with taking time to get out of that mentality, but don't look for millionaire results with a welfare mentality. It's not gonna happen. See, I know you came for how to prospect, how to peak, how to present, how to do all the things I teach. And that's why I dedicated 2 weeks to networkers. But let me tell you guys something. The how doesn't matter if you don't know the what. You don't even know what you're in. So what difference does it make if I spend all night teaching you all the strategies I've learned to sign up thousands of people in this industry? Please tell me what difference the how makes if you don't know the what. Please, if you're in the chat room, type know your what. You have to know your what. If you know your what and your why, your how will show up. Man, let me keep going. Let me get out of here because I'm on. Look, I'm on Why Networkers Quit #1 of 10. I'm not going over 10 tonight. I'm on Why Networkers Quit #1. It just frustrates me, man, because I wish more people understood that you're in business. This is not a game. You can get filthy rich doing this. Okay. You can change your whole family tree. Number 2, networkers quit because your work ethic is non-existent. Your work ethic is non-existent. I want you guys to write this down. This is important. Burnt out is when your work ethic is high. I mean, your desires are high and your work ethic is low. Burnt out is in the middle. You ever hear people say that? Man, I'm just burnt out. I'm just burnt out. Yeah, because you got high desires. You want to hit diamond. You want to hit super ruby. You want to hit blue emerald. You want to hit platinum executive. You want to hit ambassador star. You want to hit presidential. You want to hit managing director and all the titles. You want all of that, but you haven't successfully put anybody in front of a presentation in 90 days. Newsflash, checks come out when apps go in. Newsflash, checks in network marketing only come out when apps go in. How in the world do you expect to get a check and people aren't getting in front of a presentation? You know why? Because you're too busy with busyness, not business. See, a lot of networkers take care of busyness, but they don't take care of business. You're busy. You studying your back office. You're looking at your genealogy report. You studying all the products and services, but not once did you study the most effective way to do a presentation. Not once did you study how to do more three-way calls and improve your invite process. Not once did you study the proper formula to close prospects after presentations. Not once did you study the proper way to give a testimony in 90 seconds or less. Not once did you study office and stage etiquette. Not once did you study pre-production and post-production techniques. You studying things that have nothing to do with putting money in your pocket. Nothing. It's, you know why? Because you don't know you're in business. See, the 3 things I'm giving you tonight all tie together. When you don't know your what, it's hard to do the how. And when you don't know the how, you get burnt out trying it your way. And when you get burnt out trying it your way, you quit. So you can't have a desire that's a 10 and a work ethic that's a 1, or you're going to quit, because you're going to get tired mentally of dreaming about the 10 and your body's like, look, I feel you, I hear you, but you're not moving me. You're thinking about me. See, your body and your mind are incredible, right? Your body does what your mind and your brain tells it to do. So your brain is saying, get wealthy, make $1 million. I'm going to make it no matter what. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I know. But you're not going to make it if you don't even know you're in business. Make what? A lot of networkers say make it. They don't even know what it is. I'm going to make it. You don't even know what it is. What is it? Just something to think about. So I talk to networkers straight because a lot of people are not going to talk to you straight. See, part of the problem with the industry is everybody always tells you that you're doing good. You know why? Because that's what your upline is supposed to do. You're doing great, girl. You look good. What you get? 1 person this month? Hey, that's good. No, it's not. Quit lying to her. She has to step her game up, and you can't crush her. I'm not saying we'll talk about etiquette and stuff next week, but I'm not saying you crush her spirit, but we got to stop applauding mediocrity. That's welfare. That's welfare. You stop applauding mediocrity. Set higher goals and people will hit them. Give people more credit that they're more capable than you think they are. See? So you have to have the work ethic that matches your desire. And what happens is your team will duplicate that. So you got to drop the champagne tasting beer money, and you got to stop having these huge desires and no ambition to get to them, no work ethic, no presentations at all. Brian, I don't like talking to people. I'm scared to talk to people. Now, my answer, I could teach you. I'm going to teach for about 3 hours on Saturday at Page Live how to present, how speakers should speak, how to be a better speaker and trainer, and it'll help any endeavor you're in. But that's not really the problem. The problem is you have not figured out yet that you're doing this for your last name, not your first name. So if you're doing the business for your last name and not your first name, You tell me if your grandchildren are worth you overcoming your fears, or you still worried about what people think. And newsflash, people talking about you anyway. So why are you worrying about messing up a presentation when your group is 5 strong? You know what? That amazes me. People have teeny tiny, weeny small groups, and they wonder when they're going to get better. You get better when your group is microscopic. You don't want to mess up when your group is 10,000 strong. You want to mess up when your group is 10 strong. Hey, Brian, I can't do the presentation, man. I'm nervous. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You don't have nobody in your group. No way. Half the people in your group going to be dead in 30 days. So you might as well rise above it. If you're in the chat room, please do me a favor and just type rise above it. Okay, so I know you still hear me. You type rise above it. You got to rise above all that. You're working the business for your last name. So if you're not going to rise above it, I'm telling you, man, you're done. I know that my son and his children unborn and their children unborn, I know for a fact that they're worth more than the criticism I'm afraid of by presenting my business. I want y'all to think about what I just said. I know for a fact my son and my grandchildren unborn, my son who's 12 years old is worth more than the criticism I'm afraid of from a bunch of strangers who care nothing about me. So why are you letting people who care nothing about you, who are not going to join the business anyway, affect the children that you claim you love and the legacy that you claim you want to leave? It makes no sense. So the strangers, let me get this straight. The strangers you're scared of peaking, the strangers you're scared of passing, the strangers you're scared of presenting to, trump the loved ones that you claim you work so hard for. See, I'm gonna tell it to you straight. No, a lot of people are not gonna tell you straight. You're lying to yourself, and that's why you're burnt out. See, you can't live a lie. That's why you're tired. You can't live a lie. So a lot of networkers lie to themselves every day, and that's why a lot of networkers end up quitting, because you burn yourself out mentally. You can't live a lie. It's hard to live a lie, man. It's whoo. You don't ever have to worry about lying if telling the truth. I mean, lying, because you always have to worry about lying because you got to remember what you said. When you tell the truth, you never have to worry about what you said, remembering what you said. All right, let's wrap this up. I'll show you how to get these free tickets. I'm gonna give you a third and final reason that most networkers quit. There are 10, but I'm giving you 3 tonight. Number 3. 3 is you think too much about the system instead of working it. You think too much about the system. And it's funny because I told you all these are tied together. I kind of talked about this already. You think too much about the system. Well, if we just had that video, and if we had this on the website, and if we had that, see what networkers do, you forgot. You bought into an existing system. So you got to get off the founder's back sometime about what he should do, because he put his money in. She already put her money in. They put their money in already. You see? So you now are judging and improving an existing system, and you thinking so hard about how to do something that you forgot what you were in. All this ties together. You can't forget what you're in. In other words, if I put in $5 million to start my network marketing company, what I need you to do is go out and get some people. So what I used to do is I would treat the business like I was the owner. That's why I've always started my own brand. Okay. Anything I do, I treat it like I'm the owner of the company. Even when I was just a representative, I would say to myself, okay, what would the owner do? If I was rep IBO associate number 1 and the company's success rose and fell on me, would I care what my brother thinks about my business? I don't have time to care about what he thinks. If I'm rep number 1 and I have the potential to be a billionaire. I'm a network marketer. The founder says, Brian, your rep ID number is number 1. The entire world that comes into my company is under you. I could care less about what my coworkers think. I would care less about what my prospects think. I would care less about what you think about my presentation. I would care less about the questions you ask me at the end of the presentation. Damn it, I'm rep number 1. I don't have time for your ignorance about pyramid schemes. I'm rep number 1. I don't have time to worry about my family not supporting me. I'm rep number 1. See, when I was rep number 10,000, I was rep number 1. That's why I grew organizations of 10,000 reps, 50,000 reps, 60,000 reps, because in my mind, I was rep number 1. So when you're rep number 1 in the company, you wouldn't care what anybody said, because you're only looking for individuals that are joining to get other people who are joining. So I've always been rep number 1. That's a harsh reality that a lot of you guys don't want to hear, man. You really don't understand that. And until you understand that being rep number 1 and having a mentality of rep number 1 is what you need to do, you'll never get rich. You never get rich. So quit thinking about the system and work the system. Look, you can say the wrong thing enough times and the right person is still going to join the business. Just get better. Don't look to be perfect. Look to get better. All right. You can say the wrong thing enough times. Look, let me tell you guys something. You can stand on the corner and hand out stacks of $100 bills. Stacks. $100 bills, $100 bills. I'm feeling really blessed. I got some $100 bills. I got $100 bills. I'm going. Before I leave, get these $100 bills. Do you know you'll still have people walk by you and go, what a scammer. What kind of counterfeit bills is he handing out? No. Seriously, man. I'm a multi-billionaire. Just wanted to bless some people today. $100 bills. You want one? Oh, no. I don't take nothing from no strangers. See, that's your problem. You don't understand, guys. The reality is some people are going to be miserable and skeptical. It doesn't matter what you have. You can give away cash and they're skeptical. So why in the world do you spend a lot of time worrying about systems and people when you need to be worrying about you getting better so you will attract the right people to your system? Let me say that again. Stop wasting a whole bunch of time worrying about systems and people when you need to worry about you getting better so you can attract the right people to your system. That's what I did. Brian, how did you hit the top of all your companies? Easy. I got tougher. I got stronger. My walk, my talk, my speech, my delivery. I worked on me and people wanted to join whatever I was doing. They said, look, I don't know what he's doing, but he look like a young man that's going places. People are natural followers, and you need to rise above and become something that people will follow. You see, but you're so worried about the system and so worried about thinking about the system that you're burning out, and you will be one of those quitters that we're talking about avoiding tonight. So I'm telling you guys, man, this is the tip of the iceberg. This is eye-opening and amazing. Thank you, Cynthia. I see it. Thank you, Sharonica, Serene, Ray, Renee, Quincy, Daisy, Michael, Matthew. I see all of this. Look, let me tell you guys something before I go. I'm about to put something up in this chat room that's going to blow you away. Okay? There are 10 reasons networkers quit. 10. And guess what? I'm giving you 3 tonight that of the 10, and these 3 aren't even on the video I'm showing you guys right now in the chat room. So let me make sure this is clear. I give offers all the time and specials. And I'm doing another one tonight, really for networkers, because I already know what you're gonna go through and I'm trying to save you some headaches. My on-demand series is worth $397 per series. My website markets the on-demand series for $197. All right, corporations and stuff like that pay way more than this, but I know how online business is. And I definitely know how networkers are. So I'm doing a $50 discount tonight on my duplication series for network marketers. This is how leverage is created. If you want to retire, you have to duplicate. If you want to be wealthy, you have to duplicate. If you want to be a top producer, you have to duplicate. You have to duplicate the reasons, or you have to duplicate the avoidance of the reasons people quit your business. You have to duplicate the frameworks that those of us that have made millions of dollars did. You have to duplicate everything that I'm talking about tonight and everything that I'm talking about next Wednesday, because these are the things that magnify and exponentially grow your check. Only then when you get off your job. Other than that, you can quit lying. But if you scared to invest $147 in your business and you still think that's an expense and not an investment, and you still would rather pay your cable bill than pay your business, you'll always be broke. So be content with the fact that that's just how it is. There's nobody on this webinar that's about to tell me that 197 was high and 147 definitely ain't high. But look, I want y'all to see this real quick. The 2 free tickets to the live event come with the series. So we're going to spend all day Friday learning economic empowerment and how to make your money that you make in your commission checks work for you. We're going to spend 12 to 4 on Saturday with personal growth, self-development, effective time management, creating conflict resolution skills. We're going to create personal growth, take personal growth and self-development to the next level on Saturday. Okay, that's the 13th of August. After lunch on Saturday, we're going to come back and talk about, for those of you guys that want to be speakers and trainers and build your brand, I've been very successful with that. I'm going to teach you how to be a better speaker or trainer in any endeavor that you do. Better communicator, Saturday. Then Sunday's dedicated to network marketing, pre and post-production techniques. Why in the world wouldn't you get 2 free tickets to that? You know why? Because you don't know what you're in. So the purchase of the on-demand duplication series is for you to duplicate. I'm throwing in the 2 free tickets because you need to understand some of this stuff live so you can interact. You can interact with other individuals that have done it. All right. If you're on Facebook Live or on Periscope, you can't get this offer right now. You got to be on this webinar, payswebinar.com. So guys, the 5 fundamentals on this screen is where I teach the 5 things that you have to master. It's 42 minutes long. It's really about 45 minutes long, where I go step by step through how I hit the top of 2 service-based companies in my 20s, 2 product-based companies in my 30s, and a travel company also in my 30s. And why network marketing companies hire me to train their people. All right. So a lot of times in person, but most of the time I do it online for them, because I have frameworks in place that create retirement for you. So what you got to ask yourself is, okay, there must be something I don't know. So for $147 one time, if I just make $147 on my next check, I bought this, but this knowledge could bring me an extra $2,000 a month. But your bare money is going to say, I don't have it. You got it. You just spending it on something other than your business. You see? Now, avoiding the 10 reasons network marketers quit. I know some of you guys think I went over 3 of them tonight. Yeah, I did. But that's not none of those 3 are on this video. Okay. This video, the 4 videos you're looking at on your screen, that's about an hour keynote. 10 more reasons people quit that you need to avoid, and teach your team to avoid those. The power of list building. A lot of people don't know that in network marketing, there's a different approach I use. See, most people tell you to go out and make a list. To make is to imply something to imply that you do something one time. To build means you do something over and over and over and over again. In network marketing, you never make a list. You build a list. And these days, you got to know how to build online and offline. You have to know the power of list building. Why don't most people know it? Because they don't even know what they're in. They don't. You got to know how to sort the population. How do you handle a dream stealer? And how do you handle a concrete rose? What's the largest segment of the population that's wasting your time? All of this is in the on-demand or duplication series that you're getting tonight with $50 off and 2 free tickets. Look, even if you don't come August 12th through 14th, gift them to somebody else. If you're a networker tonight, 9 times out of 10, if you're on this webinar, you're a networker, 9 times out of 10, right? You got people in your group. Hey, have a contest, right? Reward 2 people. Hey, go see a gentleman that hit the top of 5 companies, earned 7 figures from home, retired when he was 22. I'm gonna give you guys 1 ticket each. I'm gonna give 2 tickets to individuals that do the following. Use the tickets to have a huge contest in your group. See, I'm giving you $997 in value per ticket for $147 and 4 keynote addresses. Because I believe if you invest in yourself, I invest in you. I have no problem with that. So before I go, all I have to say is this. Don't let your past thinking dictate your future income. Don't let your past thinking dictate your future income. So again, Pays on Demand has a value of $397. Tonight, we're letting the duplication series for networkers go for an investment of $147. In there are 4 videos all geared toward network marketing duplication. The 5 things I used to hit the top of 5 different companies and earn 7 figures. The 10 things I avoided. I gave you 3 tonight, so now you're gonna learn 13. I gave you 3 things I avoided to make sure I never fell into those categories. I'm gonna give you 10 more on the keynote address in the duplication series. I'm gonna teach you the power of list building and how to build a list properly, not make a list. And believe it or not, my technique is not write them all down and until you give me 50 names, I'm not working with you. Those days are over. People don't do that anymore because as soon as they get to person number 10, they quit because they don't think they know 50 people. So you got to use a different technique with your list building. A lot of people don't know that, but that'll run some people out of your business when you ask them, not when you ask for a list, don't get me wrong. When you say, I'm not working with you till you give me 100 names, they go, well, shoot, I'm doomed from day one. You killed your project, believe it or not. You killed them. And then you got to know how to sort the population. What's the largest segment of the population wasting your time? You need to know that. You got to know what a ideal candidate thinks like and what a dream stealer thinks like so you can attract ideal candidates and avoid dream stealers. You got to know what an imposter walks like and certain things that imposters will say so they can stop wasting your equity. The only equity you have is time. A lot of networkers don't have a lot of money, so time is all you have. All right. Speaking of that, man, that's my time. I went over by 10 minutes because I started 10 minutes late, but I promised I'll give you guys an hour. Normally, I would do a segment called Burn the Midnight Oil, but I'm preparing for Pays Live tonight, so I'm not going to do Burn the Midnight Oil. I will tell you, after you guys get this, take advantage of this offer tonight, go to my Facebook fan page, and that's where I'll burn the midnight oil with you guys this week, and I'll put the calendar up on my fan page. Facebook.com/Pays Access. You want to follow that on Facebook. FB, as you know, Facebook, FB.com/Pays Access. That's my fan page, right? I'll put the calendar up on there so we can do Burn the Midnight Oil where I do some Q&A with you guys later on this week about this topic. Take advantage of that offer tonight, guys. You're going to blow $147 somewhere. I recommend that you invest it in these 4 keynote addresses and 2 free tickets for $997 a piece. All right. That's my time, man. My name is Brian Bean. I see you guys in magazines. Have a great night.